Hello learners, this is lecture 6 in set theory. It's about Venn diagrams. In this lecture, you will learn about Venn diagrams, some results on Venn diagrams, the application part, and few problems. What is a Venn diagram? Diagrams, usually make mathematics easier, simpler, just because they help us to use whole situation at a glance. We use diagrams also for the representation of sets in order to have more clarity. These diagrams consist of rectangle and circles. The combination of rectangle and circles are called Venn diagrams or Venn-Euler diagrams. The shaded portion in the interior of the circles represents the elements of the set. Relationship between sets can be very much displayed using Venn diagrams. By using closed and bounded shapes like circles and rectangle, we exhibit the relationships between the given sets. The English mathematician John Venn started using diagrams to represent sets and their relationship. That's why these diagrams are called as Venn diagrams. In most of the problems involving sets, it is convenient to choose a larger set that contains all of the elements in all the sets being considered. This larger set is called the universal set, and usually it is denoted by the symbol U. In a Venn diagram, the universal set is generally drawn as a large rectangle, and then the other sets, the subsets of U, are represented by circles within this diagram. When we represent a universal set U by a rectangle, we write the letter U in the right hand side top corner of that rectangle. This is how you have to denote a Venn diagram or represent the relations between the sets using Venn diagrams. If A is a subset of this universal set U, which we represent by a rectangle, then we represent the set A by a circle and write A inside the circle representing A. Similarly, B is another subset of the universal set U. Then we represent the set B by another circle and we write B inside the circle representing B. Let us see how to represent the relationships between the sets A and B. Let us consider two sets A and B, which are the subsets of U. If set A is a subset of set B, then the circle representing A is drawn inside the circle representing B. If the sets A and B are equal, then the same circle represents both the sets A and B. If the sets A and B are not disjoint, then the circles representing both A and B are drawn such a way that they have some area in common to both. If the sets A and B are disjoint, then the circles representing both A and B are drawn in such a way that they have no common area. Here are a few examples. As we discussed earlier, A union B, it is a set of the elements which are either in A, or in B, or in both. Whereas A intersection B is a set of those elements which are both in A and B. Means this portion, it is A intersection B. whereas the entire portion will give you A union B. Now this is A minus B. This is the universal set U, which is in the rectangular shape, in which A and B are subsets, and this denotes A minus B, means the set of those elements which are in A and not in B. If we write B minus A, then that would be the set of those elements in B which are not in A. This is the symmetric difference of two sets A and B, denoted by A delta B, which is the union of A minus B and B minus A. This is A minus B and this part is B minus A. Their union is this shaded part. These are certain applications of set theory in solving certain problems. So the number of elements in A union B is exactly equal to the number of elements in A plus the number of elements in B minus the number of elements in A intersection B. The number of elements in A union B is exactly equal to the number of elements in A plus number of elements in B if the sets are disjoint. This is the number of elements of A minus B. This is the number of elements of B minus A. These are the various other formulas which can be used to solve certain problems. Let me give you some problems here. We have a problem that in a class of 60 girls, if 50 can't get first class and 30 can get distinction, then you need to find out how many can get both. So let us say A be the set of girls who can get first class, B be the set of girls who can get distinction. So here n of A is 50, n of B is 30, and the number in A union B is 60. That means total students. Now, by using this formula, we can get n of A intersection B, the number of elements in A intersection B, as 20, which is the required answer. Now, coming to the next problem. In a colony of 500 families, if 400 read Hindu newspaper, 250 read Inadu newspaper, then we need to find out how many families read only Hindu paper and only Inadu paper. Let us denote A as the set of families who read Hindu paper, B the set of families who read Inadu paper. So n of A is 400, n of B is 250, and the total families in the colony is 500. So let us make use of this formula. N of A union B is n of A plus n of B minus n of A intersection B. Means the number of elements in A union B is exactly equal to the number of elements in A plus number of elements in B minus number of elements in both the sets. From which you can find out the number of families who read both Hindu and Inadu paper. It is 150. But according to the question, we need to find out the number of families who read only Hindu. So this is where you need to use this formula, n of A intersection B complement. Those who read only Hindu. And this is how we find out the number of families who read only Inadu. Means n of B minus n of A intersection B. Last problem. In a play school of 100 kids, if 90 of them eat ice cream, 70 eat cake, and 15 eat neither, then we need to find out how many eat both. So let us take the set as the set of kids who eat ice cream, B as the set of kids who eat cake. The